Yeah, side note as well is I won't name who, but I've been guilty of it as well, kind of is like this tendency to focus on enlightenment. And Veg will be kind of familiar with this as well, when he says like, oh, if you have no money, just go into non-duality, or if you got warts, go into non-duality. Um, it's again, what I was saying above is like I think a lot of the reason why I went towards enlightenment and stuff is like it was so like self-deceptive and like counterintuitive, uh, and tricky. Where like I think I was pursuing enlightenment a lot because I wanted to escape from the reality of my fucking life. Like if I could just realize that, because I realize now upon reflection, it's like I was actually yeah, I would use enlightenment, and my ego would kind of co-opt it in terms of like I would go, yeah, oh wait, so if everything's a dream, uh, if reality is like a dream, then like basically like even through actual legitimate spiritual teachings, but I was trying to push a narrative of like I would seek enlightenment, but I would try and like get it so that like I would convince myself of a paradigm that everything was going to be okay, because I was unhappy with my survival foundation. So it's like my life is shit, and so that's why I was going for enlightenment in a way, because I was actually just like unhappy with my life, um, as a means of escape. It's like you're just listening to these super wise words of like how there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, uh, and shit. And someone, yeah, who might be listening to this is also kind of guilty of it. I won't name drop, but like, ask yourself if you're happy with your life, um, and then if that's resulting in this kind of pursuit of enlightenment in terms of like, because I've observed it in a lot of people where like people are actually like deeply unhappy with their lives, um, so they just want to skip to enlightenment, um, via potentially suicide or something. I'm not going to deep the details of the information I know, but but yeah, like that's it. It's like, are you actually like, because a lot of it just a lot of us are just wanting security and survival. It's like unconscious survival, and we want kind of this closure, and the mind wants to know the future kind of. But like, just to sum up this point, is like what I was saying is yeah, I would like kind of twist enlightenment where like if reality is a dream, it's like Traumatic says. Yeah, Traumatic has a lyric. He says, "Every single thing you ever wanted will be yours. It's when you realize there's nothing you acquire." And like the way I interpreted that over time with all of these insights is that like reality is a dream, but I would co-opt it in terms of like, haha, so that means that I can dream something else. I'm like, yeah, there's I'm in loads of podcasts in the past, where I'm trying to kind of like solidify this narrative of, now that I've found awakening, um, it's like I was trying to, instead of actually just sorting my life out, I was trying to like awaken my life out of my survival foundation. But it doesn't work like that. I think the relative and the absolute kind of live on different planes, where like you can be enlightened while working at Starbucks. But that's likely not what you want, so that's why you have to integrate like different levels of the game, kind of. But if I can try and get my words out, it's like, how was I doing it? It's like, yeah, there's loads of clips of me in these podcasts of saying like, uh, yeah. So I would go down these philosophical rabbit holes, and I'm like, why would reality, like, this is the kind of the narrative I was building, and this is my understanding of enlightenment and stuff. It's like, why would reality rig itself to be worse than it could be? Like, Yeah, infinite love. Like people teach infinite love a lot, right? And that's actually my fucking logo is infinity symbol within a love heart, right? It fits in nice. Infinite love is a very high spiritual teaching, and then I would interpret infinite love as like everything's gonna work out in the end. Everything's gonna be fine. So I was using spirituality in like this fucking twisted manner where like almost where like I don't know. I was just why am I struggling to articulate it? Where like now that I've realized everything's a dream, then and everything's infinite love, then every single thing I ever wanted will be yours. It's when you realize it's nothing you acquire. So all you have to do is awaken, and but yeah, now the way that I this is the way that it was kind of naive spirituality, and like I don't know if I disagree with it inherently, but like what I mean is so I was in Babylon, I was lost as fuck, I was depressed, I didn't know about none of these people, I didn't know about traumatic, I didn't know about no one. I found traumatic, he starts telling me this stuff, I'll start taking mushrooms and having mystical experiences, I'll start following other like-minded spiritual teachers and going down this philosophical rabbit hole full blast. And the story that I depicted is like lost and found, division and unity of like I was lost in Babylon with the shit food, with no money, in poverty, depressed. So what would be the contrast? This is it. Everything needs contrast, right? That's the yin and yang. So that's it. I would have genuine spiritual insights of the yin and yang. So I'd look at the yin and yang, and I'd I'd go right. So I must be in the shit part now. That means the good part's yet to come, because that's the nature of the yin and yang, right? Like if my life is depressing, and if I'm poor, and if I'm down bad, now then, well, if you look at the yin and yang, which is the highest teaching in the universe, then everything needs contrast. Therefore, soon the story that's going to happen is now that I've found mushrooms and now that I've found the conscious rapper community, now we're going to go we're all going to go to an eco village and build the fucking conscious rapper community eco village, and then we're all going to be eating alkaline, fucking smoking DMT on a beach, happy ever after. And I'm in these podcasts like on my channel like talking with Mr. Nature and that, and I'm like, surely reality wouldn't rig itself to be shitter than. But yeah, I don't know why I ranted about this, man. I'm in some semi-manic state, I think, for a second, but I'll export all these anyway to my YouTube, like I say. But yeah, it's that's what I was saying. It dovetails with that toxic life purpose and stuff above about the conspiratorial mindset, and like it actually stems from something deeper. Like it seems like I want enlightenment and I want the absolute truth, but really I'm just like really insecure about like the success of my life and the reality of reality. So like I'm scared that reality might be a material paradigm, and if that is the case, then fuck this. Or like, so I'm trying to like convince myself of like a paradigm that will save me. But like, but that was the error, is thinking spirituality will save you. Like, no, you have to save yourself. And I don't know, I did think, like, to be fair, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Like, I don't even disagree with everything I just said, kind of. But like, you'll have to get yourself to do it, is the point. It's like, even this voice note now, it's like, I wasn't wrong about the yin and yang, but you're still gonna have to go through all of the lessons and then do the self-actualization yourself. Maybe that's inevitable. So like, it's not like reality is just gonna save you. I don't know, but it is, because it has before. It's so tricky. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I don't remember where this stemmed from originally. It's like, yeah, you think, yeah, that's it. I got the reason why I was so focused on enlightenment a lot of the time is actually, yeah, it's sneaky psychology. Is because I had no means of feeling content in my life because my life on my survival plane is pretty fucked. Like I spent my fucking childhood like having toxic girlfriends and that and getting attached to them and fucking crying when they leave and shit. Addicted to shit, playing video games, uneducated, toxic family and shit. Uh, and I was depressed for so long. So when I found these spiritual teachings, I was like, oh, everything might be okay. Maybe I don't have to be so depressed. And I found like I don't know. It's kind of how materialist scientists see religion. Like people see religion like they think it's wishful thinking because they can't deal with the facts. That's basically what my spirituality was like the whole time. I just wasn't aware of it. Not really. I mean, like, kind of. It's yeah. It's like I was so um, like despairing about the reality of my life that the idea that I could like take some mushrooms and just like God realize myself into paradise. Not literally, not that it's literally that simple, but it's like when you look into the core teachings of enlightenment and awakening and the yin and yang, as above, so below, it's like I was like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. And it's like, but the thing is, I still know that that is true. So I'm not even wrong. Like, I know that that's right. I know that it has to be that way. It's like lawful, surely. Like, so right now, reality is limited, which is the survival foundation that we're all familiar with. That's limited reality that we're in now. In the conscious rapper community, people are making music and stuff. We're all trying to get money in that. That's limited 3D reality. And then based on the yin and yang, contemplating the yin and yang loads on psychedelics and shit, I'm like, well, surely there must come a time where there are no limits. We're in the limited now, and the limitless is yet to come, kind of. So then I would use that as like, oh, I'm saved. Everything's gonna be alright. Thank fuck for that. So be careful, because I think spirituality can be used in a toxic way. It's like, yeah, I was using spirituality as an escape, because like reality is so fucking brutal. The third dimension is so brutal that I just wanted to convince myself that like that this was all planned. And I think it is. I'm pretty sure that is actually true. So it's such a paradox. Like I don't think I was even wrong. Like I'm pretty confident that everything's like divine timing and everything's gonna work out. But like it was just this story of like we're gonna go to the eco village, we're gonna leave Babylon, we're gonna take down the government, we're gonna like and it's like this like I needed this story to happen and I've become attached to this story. So like that's the thing is like is it true spirituality if you are attached to how things must be? No, it ain't, is it? My spirituality become aha yin and yang. Everything needs contrast. Therefore, we're gonna burn down Babylon. Therefore, we're gonna be winning soon because I'm not winning at the minute. But then I'm attached to that narrative being true. But true spirituality is about letting go and accepting what is. So I did become attached to that story for a while. Of like, yeah, like everything's shit, yin and yang, everything will be good soon. But like, why should I need that to be the case? Like, maybe God has a bigger plan. Because a future already known is basically a future already had, as Alan Watts says. There you go.